Well, it's Tony here from Barlow Roots. Just wanted to do a video here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the winter season, and now we're getting into the holidays. So we started a big project over the summer to get our chickens in a better situation. We built them a high tunnel, and literally just now I feel like it's basically done, or it's as done as it's going to be for a little while anyway. So I wanted to give you a quick tour and show you kind of what we did with the high tunnel. So I'm going to kind of walk you through all of that. There it is. And we'll kind of come back to looking inside in a second. First, I just wanted to share this. So this is a electric net fence right here, and it's not charged right now. It's not turned on, but we have it running to right there, and then it's down on the other end. It's running to the fence as well. So this entire area around the high tunnel is secure, including the doorway. And that's just been nice for us to have a little peace of mind. Again, it's not charged, but the critters, the predators who have been around know what this fence used to do, and so far they've left everything alone. And in honesty, the high tunnel is pretty secure itself as well. So here's our door. We've got it on barn door slider. I'm just going to show you one quick thing for reference. So that's our old janky chicken coop that the birds were in, and I don't know what we're going to do with that. We're going to figure something out, probably turn that somehow into a goat shelter, pig shelter, maybe using just the roof. So just wanted to show that for comparison. But again, you saw down this side the high tunnel. All right, back to the story. Here is our barn door slider, and so this door slides on, oh, get in there, chicken, slides on its hinge, slides on the track, and can open and close. Just put in yesterday these two vents. Prior to that, we were just leaving the door open at night, or during the day. Just got a big latch hung on here, so we can lock them in and keep them secure in there. The door also has a fence apron for digging critters, but I am going to probably have to trim that because, as you can imagine, when it snows, that gets covered in snow and the door is hard to open. So here's inside. We've got some clam shells, oyster shells there. That's good for calcium. Helps the chickens have strong egg shells. And then down the sides, one thing to point out is that the whole base of the high tunnel has fencing on the inside. And that's, again, predator control. And then we've got the same apron you saw there. So at the bottom, that fence goes down and then out, so that animals trying to dig in will hit that fencing and be deterred. So we've got that running all the way along the sides and on both doors as well. The high tunnel itself is, let's see, about 10 feet tall in the center. And that's because we put in these poles here. So this is the actual high tunnel hoop, and then this pole here we'd call a ground pole, and that's in the ground a foot or so. And then we use this coupler to attach the high tunnel to the ground pole, and that got us up off the ground. Otherwise, this tunnel was only 7 to 8 feet tall. And we've got about 2 feet of wood chips in here right now, especially more in the middle than on the outside. And so it would have been tough for me to walk in here without raising it up like that. So that was really helpful. Here's our barrel waterer, and the chickens drink out of these little cups. Go ahead, you can drink, chicken. Show them how it's done. Okay. And so then we've got a heater in there, and I don't have the heater plugged in right now because it's been pretty mild, but yeah, heater in there, and that keeps the water thawed really well. Now we're gonna have a cold snap next week, so we'll test that out. I do want to wrap the barrel in some insulation some reflective insulation. There's that chicken drinking. And then put a black plastic garbage bag over the top, because then when the sun comes out, the black will help heat that tank up even a little bit more. Here's our nesting boxes, which are pretty rough, but they still work. A couple chickens in there right now. We got some eggs laid in there right now as well. We're going to replace this at some point with roll-away nest boxes. And so that'll be exciting because our eggs will be a little bit cleaner and less egg washing. We've been feeding in these big barrels, but one of the things I'm experimenting with is just feeding them more on the ground, because when we feed them on the ground, they scratch up the wood chips, and that helps kind of turn that mix, the wood chip mix, and build more compost. And then we'll also, throughout the year, we'll come in here with a fork and really turn it over as well. Again, trying to turn the wood chips and break them down. I just finished these poles. I've got 3 of them in here, and those are just going to be extra supports over the winter for snow. So they're seasonal. They'll come out of there in the summer. I guess it wouldn't matter if they stayed in, but these are just for the snow load. We had a high tunnel collapse last year, and that was no fun at all, and so our vegetable high tunnel has these supports, and this chicken high tunnel does as well. And then we'll also rake the snow off the top, or actually I have that broom in there. I can just come in here and hit the bottom of the roof with the broom, and it will, the snow flops off pretty easily there as well. You can see where the hens are congregating in the sunshine. So this tunnel will get quite a bit of sun, but it starts to get shaded late day because we've got a lot of trees there on the west end. But otherwise it runs west to east, and that direction south, and so it gets pretty good south sunshine when the sun's out all day long, and it warms up really nice in here. This is our roost setup right now. We need to improve that. They do use it, but we can do a little bit better. The challenge is we need to have a roost setup that we can kind of lift up and get out of the way, because ultimately we're trying to build soil inside this high tunnel, and so these wood chips, we're hoping will break down, and then we'll use our mini bobcat and drag these out of here sometime in the spring or the summer once we feel they're sufficiently broke down. And so we're kind of using the chickens to help us make soil in that way and build compost. The other piece of the puzzle that we just finished, here's another support pole, is this fan. And this fan is important. So you see I just cut a hole in the back wall, and we're pulling air out of the tunnel. And it's once the door is shut, those vents I showed you on the door pull the air through the tunnel, and what we're trying to do is eliminate some of the moisture. You can see that we've got quite a bit of moisture on the tunnel, and the chickens themselves make moisture, the wood chips have moisture, the water tank has moisture, and so we need to keep air moving. Even on the coldest days, we need to keep air moving in here. Chickens don't mind the cold. They have feathers, and they'll do well in the cold, but they do mind the moisture, and moist cold is bad for chickens. So we need to be careful of that. And so we've got that air moving all day long now, and hopefully we'll be able to get rid of some of the condensation in here. What you see on the ground is scraps from a local organic grocery store, and chickens absolutely love this stuff. So we get a few garbage bags a week and spread it out, and again, that is adding to kind of our compost plan as well. So we'll kind of throw these scraps in different places throughout the year, and that'll be awesome. So sometime in the spring I will open up this side wall, and we'll do a hatch out into the chicken run, which is that way, and we'll have a doorway so they can get in and out of there. So that's an update from Barlow Roots on our chicken setup. I'm really excited for this high tunnel and what it's going to mean for our chickens. We've got about 35 hens right now, and we're hoping to go up to more like close to 100 hens coming this spring. We're going to get some more hens and go to 100. So yeah, this high tunnel will easily hold that many chickens, and it should work out really well. So thanks so much for watching this video here on Barlow Roots, and we'll see you guys on the next video.